stepping up tonight and presenting information to the board. As the district continues with our analysis of our funding, where we're at, where our fund balance is at, where our expenditures, where our projections are at, we're gonna continue to just look at all factors. Enrollment, we're gonna take a look. I know we're meeting with the building administrators. We have information from the community that's being presented to us. People are making suggestions. We're hearing a lot of information, okay? This is all preliminary at this point. We're gathering information. When you're preparing a budget or what you're gonna have to do in the future, you have to gather information. You can't just say, we're gonna do this as John and Jim, okay? It's not gonna happen, okay? The whole executive team's around the table, building administrators are around the table. I know the community wants to be around the table too. So we're gonna continue to do this. The 4-year forecast, I'm gonna continue to work on that. Alan's forecast is a little bit more current than mine. We still have a lot of the same assumptions in there. I'm just glad he used a different way of doing it. We're very close. We're within 1 to 200,000 of each other. I mean, he didn't look at my information, okay? And when I got it, I'm sitting there going, how can we be that close using 2 different methods, okay? So as we continue through this process, we'll continue to present to the board. I received the 275 data, which is the information we receive on our staffing that we sent to OSPI. I'm gonna be updating that based on the January apportionment, February apportionment, those dollars, we're gonna say, okay, this is what the state's funding is for basic ed. This is what the staffing is currently have and what the wages are, what the salaries are, what the impact of the district is, okay? We're also gonna take a look at categorical programs and say, where's LAP, where's HICAP, where's title? This is what we receive in revenues, this is what we pay in salaries, this is what we have in MSOCs. So we can show that to the board so they can see where we are with our categorical programs. So we're gonna continue to put this information together along with doing our other work that we have to do to keep the operations of the district going. Okay? But again, thank you too, very much. It was a pleasure working with you. So, any questions?
When we first talked about this outside audit, we talked about having it somewhere where the people that aren't here tonight can go and look at like a wrap-up of what Scott and Alan brought to us tonight. And sometimes even it's just good to see it in black and white instead. So are we still gonna do that? Put it
So
on
we
the-
had 2 public forums, okay, and Alan didn't have his information to me when we had those public forums. We're gonna put this information out on our website. Lori has created a website where we can put all our presentations on there. I
Okay.
mean, that's a question for John, if we're gonna have more, a public forum on that. And I know that we have a tight time frame here on what we need to do. So, but it would be nice, the next board meeting, I will put Alan's up there, and I hopefully have the next 4-year forecast for the district completed, and then I can show you, this is where we're at.
Yeah, I was really thinking of somewhere where they could go on a website or something because everybody's schedules were so.
We can create a summary, and we've already
Yeah.
started a budget
Okay.
page. Jim, in fact, today shared with Lori a chronology of presentations because we've been sharing this information with you since
Yeah,
September.
yeah.
And so folks can go and look back and say, well, what were they looking at before they knew what enrollment was gonna look like? For example, Jim did a 4-year projection, not knowing what actual enrollment was gonna look like. So that will be updated. Now that we're getting past the halfway point, he showed you enrollment data today that is more accurate because it's actual, it's not budgeted. So those are the kinds of things that we can do. Because Scott, you shared some verbal comments tonight. What we'll try and do is draft what we think we heard you say and then have you edit it before we finalize a summary. And feel free to add or subtract anything you see that we either missed or didn't get quite right. And that way we have a complete report. Jim, you should also mention the other 2 members that work with us in a different way, but we're also part of this committee.
Correct. Okay, you put me on the spot there.
Yeah.
Dan O'Neill.
And,
Dan.
Dina.
And a Dan.
and, huh?
And.
And Dan, oh, excuse me, Dan, thank you very much. And they both participated, met with them, they were gonna be able to be here tonight, but these 2 represented it very well.
Yeah. So we'll get with Ann Rentschler and Dan O'Neill and fold their perspective into the same summary.
Good, good.
Jim, I want to make a comment. Something that Scott said, and it's something that Tim and I talked about a long time ago. But until our 2 sides decide on how much revenue we have or how many kids we have, and we're gonna continue to have
We actually,
frustrations within our system
we actually have a tentative meeting April 11th to meet with
because of that.
Elizabeth Collins, Tim. So we're gonna meet on April 11th. We're gonna go through, there was some information that the district requested. And so we responded, she responded to that. We responded and set up some date that we can meet on April 11th to go through. Here's the budgeted information, which is only a plan. But here's the actual information that's really showing the picture of really what's going on within the district right now. And so we're gonna present that information both on enrollment, revenues, expenditures, fund balance. So everybody has a clear understanding of where the district is at and where the numbers are falling out at.
Okay, it just can't work if one group's got 7 million,
Agreed.
Everybody's gotta be on the same page, can't we?
John, I wonder, are we able to post video to the website? Or just are we just pointing, I'm just wondering, cause I think Tammy's been videoing this whole thing, so we'll have a transcript right there of what was said, and there wouldn't be any confusion about anybody's testimony if we were able to, if she was willing to share.
Yeah.
That would maybe make it
Yeah.
easier than you having to try to type up what you think Scott said.
I really like that idea.
If you wouldn't mind.
It's a little shaky, but
Yeah. So, just a thought.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you, Jim.
Thank you.